Who wants a ball? Anybody? Sure. Life's supposed to be a ball. We'll try to get you one. It doesn't always feel that way, however. I grew up with a bigger version of this ball. My dad played basketball in college, and he loved the game so much that he spent countless hours in the driveway teaching my brothers and I how to play. And one of the very first lessons he taught us is that in basketball, you got to stay in control of the ball. You have to know your next move. You have to be moving forward. What's the name of the player? What do they call the player that brings the ball up the court and runs the offense? Point guard. Who said that? Point guard runs the offense. The point guard is in charge of controlling the pace of the game, of looking for opportunities to score. And whether you understand basketball or not doesn't matter today. What's important is that you understand that in life, you have to be the point guard. You have to bring the ball up the court. You have to look for opportunities to score. And unlike basketball, in the game of life, you're the only one that can take the shots. So you have to keep bouncing the ball, even in the face of adversity, even when life is completely unfair. Sound's not working? Okay. My name is Wendy Naarup. It used to be Wendy Helt. Before that, it was Wendy Chinelli. Before that, I saw those eyebrows, was Wendy Yakimovich. But originally, it was Wendy Naarup. And I'm pretty sure I'm sticking with that this time. You know? I've been through some adversity in my life, and you know what? A lot of it was unnecessary. Not all the adversity in our life has to happen to us. For example, the speeding ticket I got last week, right? I didn't get up in the morning and say, hey, I'm going to go get a speeding ticket today. I wasn't going too fast because I wanted to get pulled over. But if I wasn't going too fast, I wouldn't have gotten pulled over. So I had a hand in that. And I like to call that self-induced adversity. It's all over the place. Husbands 1, 2, and 3 come to mind. Sometimes we're our own worst enemy. There's a different kind of adversity, though. It comes out of nowhere for no apparent rhyme or reason. The deer that jumps out of the woods just as your car is going by. You didn't see that coming, right? The Alzheimer's my dad suffered with. The tsunami in Japan. The man that raped me when I was 15 years old. I did not see that coming. Sometimes the adversity that hits us in life hits us so hard, we don't want to be the point guard. We want to sit on the bench. Sometimes it hits us so hard that we think it might be easier just to check out of the game. And when that happens, we need to use our coaches. We need to communicate. On the basketball court, when the team is falling apart out there, what does the coach do? He calls a timeout. He brings the players in. He gives them some perspective. He tells them that they're going to play better. And then he sends them back out, and they do. Our friends and our family and our teachers and counselors, they're our coaches when the going gets tough. I chose not to tell anybody. I didn't want to be that girl. I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want the way my father looked at me to change. I was precious in his eyes. So I was on my own. And I decided to be perfect. I kept my room clean. I became a straight-A student. I was even nice to my little brother, right? And the world was happy with me. And if you were happy with me, I felt better. But I needed you to be happy with me in order to feel okay. And that created more adversity for me. By the time I was a junior in high school, I was taking college chemistry in the summer with all the college kids. I was really excited. Halfway through the semester, my professor was helping me with a lab experiment. And as he turned to walk away, he said, you know, Wendy, if you'd lose that tire around your middle, you'd really be a pretty girl. What? And I know what you're thinking. He shouldn't have said that. He had no idea the impact his words would have on me. I went from this girl to this girl to this girl in a year and a half. Okay? One comment from someone I admired sent me down the road of eating disorders. And what's interesting about that to me is that it shouldn't have happened. It wasn't his fault. His words should have bounced off of me. If I was the point guard in my life, I would have thought he was a jerk. But I didn't have a ball. I was just running up and down the court. You are either the champion of your life or you're the victim of your life. When the way you think and feel about yourself depends on the way other people think and feel about you, you've lost the ball. It took me 35 years of mistakes to figure this out. And I figured it out on a journey to becoming an Ironman. 2 years of struggle and training to get to that starting line. And the day of the race was an exclamation point of everything I learned. There I was in Monona Lake, 2007, with 2,500 of my new best friends, treading water, okay? And I was crying. I was crying because of everything it took to get there and because of the unknown of what was coming up. 2,500 people, vertical, in the water like this, and then the gun goes off and they're horizontal. There were people under me, over me, kicking me in the face, in the chest, arms, and like literally swimming over the top of me. It was insane. This is what that 2,500 people looked like in Monona Lake at my swim. And I couldn't even get a breath, but eventually it thinned out, and I came out of that water. I survived that swim 5 minutes faster than I thought possible. I was pumped. I got on my bike, my strength. Every downhill felt like a celebration. Every uphill felt like an opportunity. I was moving really fast. I felt like 112 miles was a cakewalk. I could have ridden 300. By the time I got to 50 miles, my coach was shocked to see me. My coach said, it's not who's the fastest in an Ironman who wins. It's who slows down the least. You're going too fast. But I felt great. And I held on to that pace, which was about 19 miles an hour, until 100 miles. And then my legs started talking to me. And I started to get a little concerned because I still had to run 26.2 miles. When I got off the bike, I was 40 minutes ahead of schedule and scared to death. Okay? The Ironman run is out 6.5 miles and back to the turnaround, which is right next to the finish. Damn it. Back out 6.5 miles and back to the finish line. 4 equal runs. And my coach said, don't worry about the marathon, worry about the first leg. You're doing 4 runs, do one at a time. Okay, I'm running, quads, it's okay. First run, not bad. Second run, I'm doing okay. Coming back to the turnaround, I'm okay. Second run, not bad. Third run, I am so rocking this thing. And then, not so much. My quads, my hamstrings, my calves, my stomach, God, my hands, everything. By the time I got to the turnaround to come back to the finish, my body was done. I wanted to quit, okay? 6.5 more miles? I admired anybody who had ever gotten to the finish of an Ironman. How was I going to get there? My coach had trained us to believe that 80% of the effort is mental to get through those last 6 miles. It's only 20% physical. You've been trained to go the distance. You just have to find a way to believe. So we were taught to visualize, to imagine other times in our lives to get through it. So, okay, 1 mile at a time. All right, everything that got me there. The long runs, my friends, the swims, the ice baths. Oh, I'd like one of those. Okay. And now it's 5 miles. I thought about my dad. Dad. Oh, Dad, where are you? I need you right now. Send me some angels. I don't feel good. Please. 4 miles. I got to think about my childhood. My brothers. The lake. Oh, my God, I love the lake. The man that raped me. was never about me. Oh, he had nothing. He was poor. I had everything. It wasn't about me. It was about what I represented to him. He wasn't attacking me. He was attacking that. Oh, but I could never forgive it. God. But I could forgive him probably. Maybe. I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. My past, an event in my past doesn't define me. I define me. I define me. I'm where I'm headed. And today, I choose to be an Iron Man. And I had 2 miles to go at that point. And I was with such focus running. Well, style points. Didn't have any of those. But I was hanging on. And my friends had wandered down from the finish line. And there they were screaming at me, Wendy, keep running. Do I not look like I'm running? Keep running. You're winning your age group. What? Wow, I'm winning my age group. Hang on. And so I hung on. And I'm thinking to myself, they are so happy. They're thrilled for me to get to that finish line. They would have picked me up and carried me across it if they could. I was thrilled for me too, but not because I was making it to the finish line, because I was making it to the starting line, and I knew it. I was the point guard. I was bouncing the ball. I was going to get there. With 1 mile to go, here comes my coach running alongside of me. Hang on, girl. Just hang on. Hold it together, because I'm crying. Hold it together. Come on now. Light on your feet. This is your day. I am so proud of you. Yeah. Last uphill. Please, please, please. That's all I could do. Please. Is that praying? I think it's praying. Is that praying? Please, please. And then I turn the final corner, and the crowd is like 6, 8 people deep, and the announcer's there, and he calls every athlete by name as you come across the finish line. First timer from Appleton, Wisconsin, Wendy Naarup. You are an Ironman, and yes, 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 yes. You know, I will never forget the emotion of that day. It represented to me all the adversity I had ever faced in my life. If it was as easy as a run around the block, it wouldn't have meant anything. But because it was so hard, it was priceless. The really tough, difficult things that we work through in our lives ultimately make us better, stronger, happier people. Potential doesn't come from a job, from a relationship. Potential doesn't come from an education. Those things, yeah, they add to your success. Potential comes from inside you, from how you define yourself, from loving the gift of your own unique life. And in the process of becoming an Ironman, I learned these lessons. Communicate, use your coaches, recruit great talent. We are all who we hang out with the most. Have a game plan, dream. Just like our friend Matt said, write it down and carry them with you. Your goals. You need a game plan. Rebound. You're going to get fouled. The world is an unfair place sometimes. The refs are going to miss some calls, so shoot again. And rebound. And shoot again. And you got to believe you're a superstar. You have to. Be the point guard in your life. Keep bouncing the ball, especially in the face of adversity, because you're worth it. Thank you.